I've been looking forward to this segment all week. This is where I get to learn off some of the best, and today I've got Scott Pickett here from The Point, the highly acclaimed chef and the man who knows his steak.
Thanks, Justine.
Thank you so much for coming today. You've got 2 pieces of beautiful meat that we're going to cook. What are we going to do with the first bit?
Well, the first piece of meat that we've got here is some grass-fed Cape Grim tomahawk. And next to it, just in case viewers at home can't actually get the long rib, then we've got a rib roast that you can also cut. So it's the same cut, but this one's just got a long bone on top.
So if people at home wanted to do this, you can order this from your butcher?
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's a new cut that's probably been around for 12 months. If you ask your butcher for the long cut rib or for the tomahawk, then he should definitely do this. And it's just a point of difference. It's something that you look at and you go, wow, that's fantastic. It's a big piece of meat. It's
sometimes hard to, you go, look at that, it's a little bit daunting. It's like, what do I do next? So this is where I'm really going to concentrate to see exactly how we do this. Let me get rid of
Thanks very much. So we've got the lovely grass-fed tomahawk here from Cape Grim in Tasmania.
And look at that colour. I mean, beautiful red colour. The marbling in that is just amazing.
It's fantastic. And you'll see the difference between the grass-fed here and the grain-fed is just a little bit paler.
Yeah.
You know, it's not quite as deep and marbled as this sort of one.
Yep.
So with the tomahawk here, first thing that we're going to do is take out this centre cut bone.
You're not going to throw that, are you?
No, this is some of the best. The intercostal, that's really tasty, roasted.
Even slow cook that, that would just fall off the bone. Or maybe I'll take that home.
Yeah, you can take that bit home. So we'll cut the centre bone out in between, and we'll keep that intercostal on our second and third bones.
Gee, that's a big bone.
It is a big bone, isn't it? Now, once we've got him out, then we're just going to split that straight down through the middle. And then we're going to have 2 big tomahawks there. So we'll just grab a large knife, cut him through the centre.
And how many people do you think that would feed? I mean...
if it's me and a mate, 2.
With that little Justine.
Probably 5 or 6 of you.
Actually, I could probably eat all these guys under the table. I tell you what, when it comes to steak. Yeah, I love my steak. I mean, look at that, bringing that to the table. Oh. How would you bring that to the table? Would you?
Oh, well, this is where the tomahawk comes from. The tomahawk. So if you've got any people that are, you know, bad diners when they're around for dinner, you know, they're not appreciating the food, then you can just sort of tomahawk them themselves.
That's exactly, that's what the tomahawk, that's where it gets its name. That is just gorgeous. It's like the Flintstones.
The Flintstones. It is very prehistoric. It is very prehistoric. It is. It is. Beautiful. So because I'm a chef, then I'm going to chefy this up just a little bit.
Yeah.
I like to just
tidy it up a bit.
Yeah, just tidy it up a little bit. And so you see that lovely sort of intercostal fat and the muscle there. Now, so we'll scrape the bone down here so you can really see the tomahawk itself. And I like to cook, you know, obviously with the seasons, but try to do as much as I can to sort of leave the product speak for itself. And so this is all about the beef and the pine mushrooms and then the herb butter that we're going to do later too.
I think that's why I was really excited for you to come onto the show, because the way your philosophy is on food, good quality produce, doing hardly anything to it, let the food speak for itself.
Yeah, definitely. And look, if you need to pay just a little bit more for a good piece of meat, then I've got no problem in buying good product.
Yeah.
So, we're just almost finished now. So we've got rid of all that excess fat.
Yep.
Now we've got our lovely, big, clean tomahawk bone. You have a look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous? That will impress anyone.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe not a vegetarian, but...
I don't think it'd go well for a vegetarian. No, they probably
would.
Mushrooms. Yeah, they could have the mushrooms and some garlic butter and some bread or something.
Beautiful.
I've just got some butcher string here. They make a little loop, and then I drop that over the bone. And then I tuck that under. And it just comes up. Now I'll grab my second piece of string, run him underneath, tie it nice and tight, and then around the bone again. And then we can tie that off.
We're just keeping it nice and compact.
OK, so what I'm going to do, because I'm a chef and I like, you know, presentation to be fantastic, is I'm going to foil the bone. Now, that just makes it a little bit whiter when you finish roasting it. So then we're going to season, Justine. You can pass me the salt, please, and some nice freshly ground black pepper, maybe a little bit of olive oil too.
Olive oil, get some
olive oil, please, love. Now, plenty of seasoning. It's important because this is a big piece of meat. So it's going to take a fair amount of seasoning. You know, don't be scared about salt. OK? Too much isn't healthy, but you still need some just to get it going.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get the meaty flavour.
Salt draws out the flavour.
Yeah.
You know, too much and you could be in trouble. So give that a good drizzle.
Yeah.
Now we're going to caramelise that in the pan, each side. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes, but this is where you want your really nice crust now. This is where it happens.
So we're not cooking it through at this stage, we're just sealing it.
Just sealing the outside. Pop that in, you can hear the sizzle. Now, 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and then when it's ready, then we'll pop it in the oven at about 140 degrees for about 50 to 55 minutes.
Okay.
I like to cook low and slow.
And it actually makes sense what you're saying, because when you've got really high heat, it's almost making the meat tense. Whereas if you're cooking it nice and slow, it's just mellowing, relaxing, chilling in the oven.
Exactly.
It's going to be a really juicy piece of meat when it comes out.
And that's where resting comes into play as well. So as a general rule, you rest your meat half the time that it's been cooking for.
Easy. Not too hard so far, not too hard.
Okay, and so now that we've got that lovely caramelisation on there,
Look at that.
you can almost smell the sizzle.
No, I'm drooling already.
And so we're going to pop that in the oven now for about an hour, and then we're going to get our mushrooms and our butter ready.
Fantastic. Okay, so our meat's cooking in the oven. It's smelling absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
What are we serving it with today?
Now we're going to do a white anchovy spice compound butter. It's a take on a classical dish that is a Café de Paris butter.
Okay.
That's basically you impart your flavour into your butter itself.
Beautiful,
So you can spice it up. So today we're going to do a few shallots.
Yep. Did you want to start putting some things in the blender?
Yeah, we've got some capers there.
Capers? Great, the whole lot?
Half
of that? Yep.
Half. Look, this is something that you just make by feel. If you like, you know, spicy, then lots of Tabasco.
Yeah. Say when with the...
When? No, more when.
That was a small one.
That was a quick when, yeah.
That's
No,
right.
more,
Oh,
Justin.
okay.
Go
You
more.
like
We
soy
like it
sauce.
spicy. I like
Yep.
soy sauce and
That's going to give it that saltiness too.
When, that's
okay.
Yeah, when, that's enough. Okay.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, Worcestershire.
I can't even never say
Depends
it.
where you come from. And... Yeah, that's it.
That's great.
Look, I'm not a man that really cooks with measurements. I cook with feel and love and passion.
Well,
so
that's what I love too about cooking. To your taste, if you want a bit more Tabasco...
Well, then you put some more in. That's a great thing about cooking. That's cooking.
You're allowed to do that. There's no rules. Yeah.
Look, I use recipes as a guideline, as the base, but I don't use them as the be-all, end-alls.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, so a fair bit of Tabasco, because I like it spicy.
Okay.
Okay, the butter and some fresh herbs.
Okay, what would you like? Got
Now,
some tarragon here, got parsley, some thyme.
Perfect, all of the above.
All of the above.
All of the
Okay.
above, and that's up to you. Depends what's around.
And we've got some chervil here too.
Yeah, chervil. So all the fin herbs, they call them. You know, French chefs call them the fin herbs.
Yeah, so delicate, the soft herbs, and you've got the harder herbs.
So I don't have to chop these up too much, because hopefully this little Bosch mixer here is going to do the work for us.
Yep, did you want... Oh, mustard, we've got some mustard.
Yes,
Dijon
some mustard.
A little bit of that in.
Yep. And maybe a good pinch of cayenne pepper too.
Paprika?
Yeah, paprika will do.
I've got some cayenne if you like.
Or both.
Okay.
Now, the good thing about this butter is that if you make it, then you can roll it into little ballantines and then pop it in the freezer and keep it. It's quick, simple,
idea.
easy,
Yep.
and it's there for whenever you want to use it, really. Have we put the white anchovies in?
No, I'll do that now.
Okay, so we can't forget those. And
So
then,
white anchovy is quite interesting. A lot of people would, fish white anchovies, but it's these ones that we've got here. They're pickled.
they are pickled,
Yeah.
and they're very delicate too. It's not that really raw, salty, acrid, browny anchovy that people don't like on their
Yeah.
pizzas. It's
Yeah.
like fresh pickled fish.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Do we want to quickly chop them or throw them straight in?
No, put them in whole. Go straight in.
One,
Go straight in.
two.
Couple more.
Yeah, I love these.
Yeah, me too.
I like them on just some crispy bread with a bit of good French butter.